I hate politicians. My name's Kevin Keenan. I am also in the Com 430 class, and I live in the town of Carroll Stream, Illinois, right outside of Chicago, Illinois, home of Cook County, one of the most corrupt counties in the United States of America. Illinois, home of Rod Blagojevich, who's in prison. I decided to interview our mayor, Mayor Frank Savarino, the mayor of Carroll Stream. Why did I decide to interview the mayor? My wife and I moved here in 2008, and we've been here for the past 10 years, and it's always had a kind of a hometown feel. The town that I came from, which was about 20 minutes east, closer to Chicago, also had a hometown feel when I was growing up. And ever since we moved here, people kind of look out for each other. We have block parties. There's other events that go on in town, and you just tend to know your neighbors. Well, good leadership starts at the top, works its way down, in my opinion. And Frank has been a great mayor so far. I reached out to Mayor Savarino via email, and he happily obliged to let me interview him. So let's get started. I talked to Frank on the phone, and Frank said, I hate politicians. I do not like politicians. I grew up in Chicago, and if anybody knows anything about the state of Illinois, it's that Illinois is home to some of the most corrupt politicians known. Well, the former mayor was going to be leaving Carroll Stream, and he wanted a strong presence to take his place in office. So he came to Frank and said, Frank, I really want you to run for mayor. Mr. Savarino said a couple times, I'm not a politician. I don't like politicians. Why should I be mayor? And the former mayor said, I think you do a great job. Well, fast forward to 2018, Mr. Savarino is on his third term as village mayor. So wanted to talk a little bit about his background and where we might be going in the future in the village of Carroll Stream. So Mayor Savarino has lived in the village for the past 40 years, raised his kids. All of his kids went to the same grade schools and high school that my two boys are going to be going to. When Mayor Savarino was elected, in order to bring in new businesses into the town, he had to run the village like a business itself. Mayor Savarino owns a business in town, and he's more of a business type of mayor, a people type of mayor, rather than a politics kind of mayor. And it shows. The village currently has very little debt, and we don't pay any property taxes to the village. Mayor met with the leaders of the village, made some changes when he became mayor, and businesses started moving in, and it shows. Every village wants businesses in their town, but you really want the right ones. Currently, we have Mercedes-Benz in town. Mercedes-Benz added on a little under 100,000 square feet onto their warehouse. We brought in an extended stay hotel that's slated to be open in about 6 months. So with Mercedes-Benz going to the village and telling them we'd really like to stay, well, the village brought in an extended stay hotel. Park District has a lot of stuff going on within the town. The new gym's been open for a couple years now. It's certified by LEEDs. It is an environmental friendly gym. A couple pools, a track, weightlifting, bunch of stuff. The village also hosts Touch a Truck, where the fire department comes in and the village trucks come in and the kids are able to hang out and touch the trucks and get inside. It's one of those village feel-good moments for the kids. Plenty of bike paths in town. Actually, 2 huge bike paths that lead to a huge main thoroughfare. called the Great Western Trail, which actually goes almost all the way to Iowa and into Chicago. Mayor also believes that we as a village are stronger together. We host something called Concert in the Park every Thursday night. Local bands, local food is served. And the one thing that both myself and the mayor touched on was the park is located off a road called Lies Road. And when I'm coming home from work, you could see people walking down the bike paths going to the concert in the park, carrying their chairs. And it's kind of a nice feel to it. It's sponsored by local sponsors. The money all comes from donors. So in closing, Mayor Severino is not your typical mayor. He's not a politician mayor. He's a people mayor. And it shows in the village, and everyone that looks out for each other really likes him. And we hope Mayor Frank Severino stays mayor in Carol Stream for a very long time. That's my speech. Hope everybody enjoyed it. And if you're ever in town in the Chicagoland area, please feel free to hit me up. I could show you where all the good hot dog and beef places are. Have a great weekend.